I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
Once again, we're about to another video, and this is a request for Jump in Galaxies. And if anyone ever wants to request pretty much any type of video, you can either do so directly via my PayPal, send it right there, or join me on my Patreon. And it could be pretty much any type of video, whether it be a review or stuff like this, a topic, or again, pretty much any type of video. But again, how many times I don't want to say again? Let me try for 4 more. And again, and again, and again, and again. Okay, is it out there? Okay, now stop repeating it. If you want to, I already said, stop repeating it. Shall I redo it? No, fuck it. We do it live, fuck it. PayPal, Patreon, you can send it either way. If not, no worries. But if so, thank you. I really appreciate the support. Now that I'm a minute in, can I get to the guy's topic? Okay, thank you. His topic was on screenplays. And what films did I think had the best screenplays? Whether it be pacing, whether it be structure. And I had to think about that for a bit, because the tough thing about screenplays, how much is actually part of the screenplay and how much was on set, meaning maybe that's how the screenplay was written. On set they had ad-lib, or something didn't work out so they did this thing. For example, if you talk about an Eddie Murphy film, a lot of the early Eddie Murphy films, people talk about how Beverly Hills Cop, the script was awful or not that good, but then Eddie improv'd a lot of the best stuff and they really made the film work and come alive. But unless I know all the stuff about the production, I can only base it on my viewing experience of the movie. So if I base it on that, and I take to effect that everything on screen was on the page of the screenplay, pacing, structure, all that. To name a couple, number one, Jacob's Ladder, the 1990 Jacob's Ladder. Because that's a film that I thought did a wonderful job. If you haven't seen the film, please go see the 1990, not the remake, the 1990 Jacob's Ladder. Please do. From what I understand, it was one of the inspirations for Silent Hill later on. Not in terms of monsters, but in terms of the feel of it. Let me put it that way. And the fact that Tim Robbins' performance and the script made that character so likable. You felt so sorry for him. And I've watched that film many times, many times. and about how all the elements really do fit together. The elements of, if these are demons, or the devils are really angels freeing you from the earth, or is it the demons keeping you down, or is it purgatory? It shows you all sides. It shows you the horrors of war and the reality of the situation. It shows you the good, like his son, Macaulay Culkin, his former wife and kids, his psychiatrist, played by Danny Aiello, the temptress, Elizabeth Pena's character, the sad, frustrating, depressing state of mind, like the horrors he's delved into, like the hospital sequence where it feels like he really does go into hell, or not being able to trust your friends. Vin Rames all these characters where they're for you and then all of a sudden they're against you. It's like you're alone in the world, and how he thinks everything's fine when he wakes up in that subway near the beginning, and how just things keep getting taken away. I think it really culminates in that scene, which to me is the most important scene in the movie, where the last time we see Danny Aiello's character. And he says the most important line in the movie. If you're afraid of dying and you're holding on, you'll see demons tear your life away. But if you made your peace, then the devils are really angels freeing you from the earth. And how it sets up the little kid, Macaulay Culkin, at the beginning, and then how that culminates in the end, and how you can look at the film as just a bad dream, or you can look at it at such a spiritual level. A purgatory, you're stuck in the middle, hell is being stuck there, or you let go and be free finally. And then that could be intermixed with your regrets, maybe your wife and kids, your fantasies. Maybe Elizabeth Pena was someone he saw and he fantasized for a little bit when he was alive or before he got stabbed. The whole connection with the one character and the ladder. Maybe that's his mind trying to understand what happened. Like, wait a minute, this friend of mine stabbed me, this companion. How could this happen? So my mind has to rationalize that. Maybe he made the explanation up. Maybe something else spiritual gave him that little piece. You can look at it a lot of ways. You can look at it direct on its face, or you look at it on a more spiritual level. At least the way I see it. That's what I mean. I think that screenplay is very well done, as was the direction and the acting and the music, the pacing, the structure, all that. And in a weird way, it's a downbeat, but yet it's a very, very upbeat ending. It kind of worked both ways as well. And in fact, I think of it as an upbeat ending in a weird way. So Jacob's Ladder I definitely have to put in there. John Carpenter's The Thing. I think that screenplay is wonderful. I think it, from the beginning, where you get the doom with the music and this one wolf dog going against the snow of this helicopter, and I thought script wise it definitely built up the suspense. I remember the first time I saw this, I didn't know who the fuck the Thing was and who wasn't, and I was surprised from time to time the first time I saw it. And I went, oh shit. And it really kept you on your toes. Who's the Thing, who's not, even by the end. I believe they're both human, but you could argue any other way. And the whole script, an idea of what if something could imitate you perfectly, to the point that even it wouldn't know it was the Thing. Because if that's imitation in a perfect status, then wouldn't the perfect imitation be that they don't even know they're an imitation? But I also like the idea in the script where every little part of it is an individual. So when shit goes loose, for example, testing the blood on the hand, in the dish, from the blood in the hand, and it tries to escape on its own. It reaches out at Kurt Russell. Or almost each time the Thing is found, it's like trying to, piece of it is like trying to escape. At least that's what it seems like. Especially in the scene with the paddles, where the stomach is trying to escape and then the fucking head is stretching and trying to escape on its own. And compared to the stupid fucking prequel, pre-made, pre-cum, it was smart here that of course the Thing would want to be secretive. The Thing would want to not show its hands, show its cards. It want to secretly try to get to as many people as it can and not be a booga 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 like the fucking ass dipshit in the prequel. Well, it didn't know. Wow, it took that short of a time for it to figure it the fuck out. I think it went to a lot of fucking planets before it got to Earth. Probably would have picked up some things along the way. But the Jar Jar's the Thing is very tightly paced, and also it, with the help of the actors, it does a great job of establishing the characters. It's not deep because it's hard. That'd be hard to do with so many characters, but yet I could tell you something about each of those characters. Windows, he gets stressed out easily. I haven't got shit here all day, man. There's the Donald Moffat. He's the leader, or he thinks he's the leader and wants to be the leader, but he doesn't have the whole cojones for it. There's Richard Massur's character, who loves and the dogs, probably likes the dogs more than the humans. There's I can't believe I forgot the actor's name. But yet Childs, he's a little bit of a jerk. You got the guy who seems a little bit of a stoner. Cheers to the gods, man. And I can't believe I forgot even his David Clennon, I think is the actor's name. And of course McCready. You set up his character where he fucks up the computer, cheating bitch. Sweden. They're not Swedes, Mac. They're Norwegian. And you used to have some little moments of levity. I would like to not spend the rest of the winter tied to this fucking couch. But it's a very serious film. And John Carpenter knows how to do that. So yeah, I'm the guy that's the typical happy-go-lucky me ending. John Carpenter, for the most part, knows how to do that. Opposite way, correctly. And John Carpenter's the Thing does it because it's a question mark. Did they win? Did they lose? I mean, it's a question mark. And to me, that's another example of a great screenplay. Tremors, which I believe the guys at Red Letter Media mentioned Tremors, the screenplay, when they reviewed it. But yeah, Tremor's one of my favorite films, and the fact how that sets up stuff. Walter's little shack, however you want to put it, convenience store. You have the freezer that runs. Oh, we'll get that fixed sometime. And then later on, it turns on, and they unplug it, but too late. Walter, Victor Wan's character, gets pulled down and killed. The whole idea of the monsters, that they find you through the vibrations through the ground. How it built up characters and likable characters. That's one of those films when people want to talk about monster movies and low budget films and how blah 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 with characters. No, you watch the first Tremors, even Tremors 2 Aftershocks, but especially the first Tremors, how you build characters. Introduce these two guys as normal, regular guys. How? By A, making sure you have good actors, chemistry between the two, and B, this really built up the banter between the two. Stampede Earl, get out the way, get out the way. You dumb shit. How many does it take for a stampede? Is it 5 or more? Is there a minimum? Put a stampede up your ass. And actually, that is a request someone asked to have a re-review of Tremors, since we're at the 30th anniversary of Tremors. Which, why the fuck don't we have some special edition, like ultimate version of Tremors? But fuck do I know. You think some company could maybe fucking do something for the 30th anniversary, but fuck no. Universal's like, no, we're gonna have it because we gotta have Tremors 8, 9, and 10. And when we have Tremors 8, 9, and 10, then we're going to have a set that has 8 of them. Then we're going to have a set that has 9 of them. Then we're going to have a set that has 10 of them. Fuck you, Universal. Fucking whores. But yeah, you look at Tremors and you just screenplay. The pacing fucking goes real quick. Okay, you set in the location. Why can't they get out? Well, you set it up where they're in the mountains. It's secluded. It's a town of very few people. They're in the middle of nowhere, so phones are out. You deal with the construction guys early, so you fuck up the road so they can't leave exactly like that. You see, I'm thinking, because I don't want to miss stuff. You set up the idea that Burt Gummer and them are survivalists, and that helps out in the third act. You have a movie where the screenplay delves into the fun side of, okay, you're dealing with a monster movie, but people still thinking about money, as in, oh, we got this dead creature, I wonder how much money we can make. Time magazine. What? National Geographic. Oh, we should get like a tow truck. No, that'll tear it up. We gotta get a crane, and talking about the grab boy that they killed. It keeps the sense of humor, but also keeps the seriousness and the build-up of a lot of stuff. How Val and Earl and others are on the roof, and it's slowly getting closer and closer to the ground and escalating the events more and more. Even the fact that their first grab boy they deal with that fucked up their truck is the last grab boy that Val, Kevin Bacon's character, takes care of. Did you fly, sucker? Did you fly? To me, Tremors is a fucking classic with the characters, the music, the effects, the way that screenplay sets up the characters, and even the slow build-up where they think it's a serial killer on the loose because they find this weird shit, which makes sense. that would be the first inclination any of us would go with. And even in the construction, they wrote it where one guy doesn't believe it, but the other guy, he believes it, and he picks up a fucking, like, crowbar just in case. See, little moments like that in a screenplay can really help pull you into the story. And then when they have this little, what we find is the ton things of the graboids, they think it's just that. And there's a lot of those out there. There must be a million of them. Nope, it's just one. And even the idea of the graboids, where they have the pointed stuffs to dig into the dirt, or these little things to grab someone to pull them down. Which is funny, because if you look at the cover of Tremors, the cover of Tremors gives you a different monster. That's something I always forget, that I look at the cover of Tremors, and it's the thing with the big fucking teeth. It looks cool, but that's not what the graboids look like. Kind of surprised, since they made so many fucking Tremors films, they just did not do one that did look like that. I mean, they fucking mutated 50 times anyway. Might as well. But anyway. Yeah, I think Tremors is a great screenplay. I'm not sure how many to name. I'll name one more. Aliens. I think Aliens is a great screenplay. Especially the director's cut, the extended cut. Because it builds up our character of Ripley, how, you know, she survived this onslaught in the first film, but she's back to being the underdog, and for us to care about her, number one, it's been so many years, and the extended cut, you realize that when she wakes up, her daughter's dead. So right there, our heart goes for her, goes to her character. And then the company fucking demotes her, thinking it's her fault this shit got fucking blown up, when she told the truth. Did IQs drop sharply when I was away? And then on top of that, having nightmares. All this stuff culminates into making me buy why she goes back. Because that's the thing. Why the fuck would she go back? And she even says no. You know, she says, I said no and I'm not going. And I wouldn't be good to you even if I did. And it showcased early on a nightmare. So about 10-15 minutes later, when she has another nightmare, we can gather what that is, what kind of nightmares those are. So the fact that she's lost her daughter, she got demoted in her job, she keeps having these nightmares, she's promised that he has all these fucking Marines to protect her and stuff. The fact that there's all those people there. Then she goes back. Because that's a lot of movies kind of, they don't think about that. And it's like, well, why the fuck would that person go back? That's stupid. This, I thought, did a good enough job explaining that, utilizing a screenplay to do that. And speaking of screenplay, and speaking of characters, so many of the characters in here, again, it's hard to judge if everything was on the script, but you look at how colorful each of those characters are, like Vasquez, Hicks, Hudson, Bishop, from the lines of dialogue, short controlled bursts, stay frosty. It's game over, man, game over. How could they cut the power, man? They're animals. 17 weeks, 17 weeks, we're not gonna last 17 days. No, wait, what the fuck? I'm trying to remember the exact line. 17 days, we ain't gonna last 17 hours. This girl survived longer with no weapons and no training. Why don't you put her in charge? I mean, usually that's a character that would be, you want to die, but because of Bill Paxton's performance, and I do think because of the way it's written, he becomes a very likable character that I wish would have lived. Granted, everyone died in Alien 3, but fuck Alien 3. To me, it doesn't exist. So, and Vasquez, you making her character likable and memorable, let alone Hicks. Bishop, it was a nice piece of writing where the android was a bad guy, now android's a good guy, and the one to really help Ripley. The whole mother-daughter thing where Newt lost a mother and family, Ripley lost a daughter, now they've gained something by the end. One gained a daughter, one gained a mother. She could not help or see or save her daughter that was lost to old age, but she could save this girl and also overcome her nightmares by facing it head-on, not only by obliterating a bunch of motherfucking aliens, but also a fucking alien queen in her goddamn nest. Blowing up for each nightmare she fucking had with a chest burster, she blows one up. And you want to talk about pacing and structure, this is one of those films that the extended cut's like 2.5 hours. Goes by like that for me. Aliens, I can watch anytime, any day. Who's Snow White? Yeah, they say aliens. She thought they meant illegal aliens. Sign up. Fuck you, man. Anytime, any day. How'd I get out of this chicken shit outfit? You secure that shit, Hudson. Another day in the Corps. Every meal a banquet. I love the Corps. Look into my eye. See, I've seen that film so many times, and the dialogue mixed in with the performances. Both of them really work well. And of course, James Cameron's direction, and I think it's still James Cameron's best film. That's why I don't understand, well, Titanic, best picture. Fuck that. Aliens is the best picture. I guarantee you, if I quit, it's not a quiz. If I did a poll, I guarantee you, 1,000 people limit, over 900 people would say Aliens was better than Titanic. But yet, Titanic, best picture, Aliens, nothing. Yeah, shows how full of shit Academy Awards are, huh? Again, if I ask 1,000 people, I bet 90% of them would say Aliens is a better movie. And one of them is the screenplay, as well as the music, the cast, the acting, the effects, everything. So yeah, I think the script works very well in that aspect too. But yeah, that's a couple examples. He didn't mention how many to name, but those are the ones that did come to mind. I'm sure there'll be more I could think of as time goes on, but yeah. Either way, thanks for watching. Thank you once again, Jumping Galaxies, for the request. Like I said, if you ever anyone want to request pretty much anything, you just send it to my PayPal directly or join me on Patreon. Thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.